Welcome, everyone, to the Deep Dive. Today, we're plunging into something really special, a story that's just captivated so many people. We're talking about the BL Webtoon Sign.
Oh, it's fantastic. Really stays with you.
Right. And it's not your typical romance. The core idea revolves around a deaf cafe owner, Howon, and this struggling part-timer, Kang-sua.
And how their connection just blossoms, really, through sign language. It's central.
Exactly. So our mission today is to really unpack sign. We want to explore its unique way of looking at communication, beyond just words.
Yeah, dig into the characters, their psychology.
And figure out why it resonates so much.
Yeah.
We're going to look at how intimacy builds when talking isn't the main option, and why its nuanced take on relationships hit home for so many.
It really challenges your perspective on connection.
Totally. Okay, so let's dive in. To get sign, you got to start with the characters, right? Let's pull back the curtain, maybe start with Kang-sua.
Okay, Sua.
Yeah, picture this. He's 26 and basically at rock bottom. Laptop's dead, no money, potentially homeless. Just wow.
A really tough spot, but he's got this earnestness about him, hasn't he?
He really does. And he just accidentally stumbles into this place, Cafe Goyo, looking for any job he can find.
Which is where things get interesting, to say the least.
And that brings us to Howon. Now, he was, for me anyway, just fascinating right from the get-go.
He has such a presence. Physically quite imposing, but gentle.
Yeah, fans call him a teddy bear, which fits. But there's this vulnerability there, too. And the key thing, the absolute core of it, Howon is deaf.
And he's really uncomfortable speaking because he can't hear himself. So it's sign language or lip reading mostly.
And their first meeting, the hiring, it's pure chaos. Howon accidentally soaks Sua with a hose.
Classic, and then just hires him. Out of pity, maybe, or just instinct.
Right. Even though Jiun, the other worker, is like, what are you doing?
It's messy, it's awkward.
It's completely perfect for kicking things off, isn't it?
Absolutely. And what grabs me right away is that unique sensory attraction between them. It's not just plot, it's the foundation.
Tell us more about that, the sensory part.
Well, Sua develops this almost uncontrollable physical reaction to Howon's voice. On the rare occasions Howon actually speaks. It's intense, kind of embarrassing for him sometimes.
Yeah, the voice fetish thing. It's unusual.
Very. And then on Howon's side, he's drawn to Sua visually, emotionally. He finds Sua's attempts at sign language, even when they're clumsy, really, compelling, beautiful even.
So it's not just one thing, it's this dual attraction working through different senses.
Exactly. It's this dual sensory-driven thing that forms their bond. It shows how connection can happen in ways we don't always expect, right? Based on different ways of perceiving someone.
Yeah, totally. And, what really struck me, once Sua figures out Howon is deaf, his reaction, he doesn't just rely on lip reading, which, let's face it, would be easier. He actually decides, no, I'm going to learn sign language. What does that tell you?
Oh, that's huge. It's such a pivotal moment. It's not just, oh, this is how we'll manage. It's a real gesture of devotion, almost.
Devotion, yeah. Or maybe deep respect.
Yeah. Respect, dedication, absolutely. He's actively choosing to meet Howon where he is. He's investing his own effort into their communication, not just taking the path of least resistance.
So it's building a bridge, basically.
Precisely. It shows he wants something authentic, not just superficial. It sets the stage for that mutual respect they build later. It's a serious commitment right from the start.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, so they've got this chemistry, this unique way of connecting. But the real meat of sign is in their psychological journeys, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. The character arcs are incredibly deep.
Let's talk about Suhua's growth. He starts out pretty insecure, right?
Yeah.
Easily embarrassed by his situation, by his own body reacting to Howon's voice.
Definitely. That voice fetish could seem kind of quirky or even superficial at first.
But it evolves, doesn't it? How does that initial odd attraction push him towards actually finding his own voice, metaphorically speaking, learning to state his needs?
It's fascinating. That attraction pulls him into Howon's world, makes him need to understand, which leads him to sign language. But learning sign isn't just about Howon. It's Sua taking action, building his own agency.
Ah, okay. So the act of learning itself empowers him.
Exactly. He goes from being passive, avoiding embarrassment, to someone who learns, slowly but surely, how to say what he needs, what his boundaries are. He becomes an active participant in his life and their relationship. It's a huge shift.
Now, shifting to Howon, you mentioned his reluctance to speak is like a psychological shield. That really resonated. It makes sense given the trauma behind his hearing loss.
It's protection against being exposed, maybe mocked, or just reliving the pain of how he lost his hearing. He's kind of isolated himself, even while running a cafe, which is usually a social place.
So how does Sua, this, earnest but kind of awkward guy, manage to get past that shield? It seems so fortified.
That's the beauty of it, I think. Sua doesn't charge at the shield. He kind of invites Johan out from behind it. His presence, his commitment to sign language, it creates a different kind of space. A safer one, maybe?
So it's not an attack, it's an invitation.
Yeah, exactly. A gentle destabilization. And the fact that Sua is attracted to his voice, the very thing Johan hates and rejects about himself, that forces Johan to confront it in a new way.
Wow. That's complex.
It really is.
Yeah.
And his growth is beautiful. Learning to accept affection, letting someone into his silent world, and eventually integrating both his voice and his silence as just parts of who he is. Not broken, just different.
Leading to that line.
I am fine, I just can't hear. Yeah. It's about self-acceptance found through connection and love. Really powerful.
So powerful. But, okay, it's not just Sua and Johan in a vacuum. This webtoon has such a great supporting cast.
Oh, definitely. They add so much flavor, and honestly needed comic relief sometimes.
Yoon. We have to talk about Yoon.
Yes. The other cafe worker. He's flirty, he's sharp-tongued. His banter with Sua is hilarious.
The whole I will bury you thing.
Exactly. It's iconic.
Yeah.
But beyond the jokes, he's incredibly loyal. He's like this psychological safety valve. He diffuses tension, gives the main guys an outlet.
And he gets his own story later too, right?
He does. A really sweet little love arc of his own, which is lovely to see. Adds another layer.
Okay, so Gyun's the comic relief and loyal friend. Then there's the opposite end of the spectrum, Gyung.
Ah, Byung, the antagonist. He's directly tied to Johan's trauma, the reason he's deaf. So the threat feels very personal, very real.
He really throws a wrench into things.
He does. He embodies that unresolved pain, that external toxicity. Now, some readers felt his motivations were a bit murky, maybe not fully fleshed out.
Yeah, I've heard that criticism. More of a plot device sometimes.
Kind of. He acts more as a trigger for conflict, forcing Johan and Sua to really solidify their bond, to choose each other when things get rough. His presence forces them to act.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And there are others too, right? Like Ji Cha.
Yes, Jun's friend. And she learns sign language too, which is a nice touch. It subtly shows Johan's world expanding. That effort towards communication isn't just Sua's burden. It's about community.
Little details like that really enrich it.
They do. And Hyun-koo, who works for Byung but kind of looks out for Sua like a little brother, and Johan's mother, Won-lee, who funded the cafe after the accident. They all add these important background layers.
Okay, so connecting this back to the bigger themes, sign language itself feels like more than just a tool here.
Oh, absolutely. It's deeply symbolic. It's both the barrier they face and the bridge they build together.
Especially in those intimate moments.
Yes. The way hands become more expressive than words, merging communication with physical intimacy, it powerfully reinforces their connection. It shows love being built through gestures, through shared understanding, through effort, not just speech.
It's beautifully done. And speaking of representation, I personally felt Johan's deafness was handled really well, with care.
I agree. It's treated as part of his identity, not a tragedy to be overcome or a simple plot device. The story really works towards normalization, showing everyday interactions.
Right, it avoids those awful tropes like a magical cure or being healed by love.
Exactly. But that said, the relationship itself did face some criticism, didn't it? Particularly around consent and maybe power dynamics early on.
Yeah, I remember reading discussions about that. Some scenes felt maybe overly physical before the emotional dialogue caught up, or Johan being quite assertive.
It's a valid point, and it's important to talk about. Some early scenes could be read that way. Johan's assertiveness sometimes seeming to ignore Sua's discomfort.
So how does the story deal with that? Does it just ignore it?
No, and that's what's interesting. I think the webtoon frames these moments, however uncomfortable, as part of their learning curve. It's not presented as ideal.
Ah, okay. So it's part of the growth process for both of them.
Precisely. Sua has to learn to vocalize his boundaries, to use his voice literally and figuratively, moving from being passive to being an active partner.
And Johan?
Johan has to learn that real connection isn't about dominance or just his own desires. It requires truly respecting his partner's feelings. It's a shift from assertion to genuine mutual connection.
So the problematic moments aren't swept under the rug. They're catalysts for that growth towards mutual respect.
That's how I read it, yes. It presents a framework for growth, even if the starting point has some rough edges. They actively work on it. It's a journey.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's maybe walk through the narrative arc itself. It feels quite deliberately structured in three parts.
It does, yeah.
Part one is that beginnings and slow burn phase. Sue is struggling, the voice attraction kicks in, he decides to learn sign. It's all about building that initial tension, right? Slowly drawing you in.
Definitely setting the stage, establishing their unique dynamic, lots of quiet moments, hesitant gestures.
Then part two hits conflict, antagonism, and emotional growth. This is where Being comes back.
Right, stirring up all that past trauma and creating real conflict. He even physically hurts Suwa at one point.
Which forces Johan's hand, basically. Does he retreat, or does he protect Suwa?
Exactly. It pushes their emotional growth. And it's in this part we finally get those huge moments, like the first kiss.
Oh my gosh, yes, after like 20 episodes.
You earned that kiss as a reader.
Totally. It felt so tender because the wait, like the story was saying, okay, now they're ready.
Absolutely. It's the payoff for all that slow, careful building of intimacy. It's earned, not rushed.
Right. You just wanted to cheer.
Oh,
Okay, so
right.
after that peak, the story moves into part three. Past, side stories, and resolution.
Mm-hmm. This is where we really delve into Johan's backstory, the details of how he lost his hearing. Gives you so much more understanding.
And the focus shifts a bit, right? We see side stories like Yoon's romance.
Yeah, the world expands. And crucially, Suwa and Johan's relationship matures. It goes from that initial intense attraction to something deeper, more stable, a real partnership.
So thinking about the climax, Byung's return really ignites things.
It's the pressure cooker moment, yeah. Forces Johan to confront everything. And it leads to that huge fight, doesn't it? That breakup scare.
Oh, that was tense. Suwa expressing his doubts, and Johan's reaction, that quiet, heartbroken fury. You really weren't sure if they'd make it.
Me neither. It felt real. But then Gyun, surprisingly, kind of helps bridge the gap.
Yeah, good old Yoon.
And that moment when Johan rushes out into the rain to protect Suwa, no words needed, just pure, unwavering love and protection shown through action. It says everything about how far their communication has come.
It's such a powerful image. And it all leads to this ending that feels, well, really sweet and unambiguous. Earned.
Totally earned. You see the growth in both of them so clearly. Johan embracing vulnerability, trusting Sua's love, finally moving past that deep isolation.
And Suwa finding his confidence, learning to speak up for himself, communicate his feelings clearly.
Their relationship becomes genuinely bilingual,
Yeah.
Silence and voice, sound and gesture, it all weaves together into something whole, stable, and just hopeful.
Yeah, hopeful is the perfect word. It's a testament to putting in the work, that active communication piece.
Definitely.
So wrapping up our deep dive today, Sign is just, wow. It's this beautifully crafted story about navigating silence, trauma, desire.
And ultimately showing that real love, true connection, it's an active thing. It's persistent communication in whatever form it takes.
It really sticks with you, makes you think about connection differently, how we understand each other beyond just listening with our ears.
Exactly. And maybe that's the final thought to leave you with. As we reflect on Sign, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What hidden languages might we be missing in our own connections if we only ever listen with our ears?